Hashtag hold the floor. Yes, indeed, America, it is true. House Democrats made bold action this week in holding the floor against moves by Republicans to shut down or not allow a vote on a very simple bill. Honestly, to be honest with you, the bill doesn't even go far enough. Let's be real. What House Republicans, so this is first it started in the United States Senate, where we saw last week Senator Murphy had a 15-hour filibuster demanding a vote on two pieces of gun legislation to basically say if you were on the terrorist watch list, you should not be allowed to purchase a weapon. So House Democrats asked for the same thing. Paul Ryan refused to give it to him. So they engage in America what will go down in history, a 24-hour sit-in where House members, 75 of them at the highest count, sat on the House floor and demanded with the chant, "No bill, no break." Now, give a little bit of background on this story. Today, well, depending on when you watch this show, a couple weeks back, or basically, the House took over the floor on Wednesday, knowing that the Thursday, the House goes out on what they call the 4th of July recess. So they're basically out until the middle of June, middle of July. So they come back July 11th, July 12th, or something like that, right? And so they took to the floor in a sit-in, bold action led by civil rights icon, one of my heroes, John Lewis, Democrat from Georgia. The sit-in, the sit-ins are known from the 1960s, and this is exactly what they did for 24 hours. In that time, Paul Ryan came back to the floor after. Now, this what makes it even crazier is that Paul Ryan shut down. He put the floor in recess, shutting down the mics and shutting down the cameras, the C-SPAN cameras. And that's when members of Congress outsmarted the Speaker and House Republicans. They used their phones and they began to live stream on Facebook Live, on Periscope, and they began to live stream their speeches for the victims of Orlando, for the victims of Aurora, hell, for all the victims of gun violence. It was impressive to watch, America. And what makes this even crazy is because our show's in Washington, D.C., we actually got to go down to the floor. So last night, or depending on when you watch your show, right? So Wednesday evening, I went down to the Capitol after Kelly File and saw people gathering. And then the Thursday, when they broke their sit-in, and as they came down the Capitol steps, there was I got to see them walk down the Capitol steps in what is a historic move. It really brought tears to your eyes, because what we finally seen, America, is bold action from our representatives. While the Republicans try to leave town like a bad habit, like a bad act at a circus, Democrats held the line and they held the floor. Because now is the time in this country for us to disarm hate. Now, this is what I want to say about this, because it was impeccable to watch. If you go to the Fowler Show Facebook page, there's tons of pictures up there of what I saw. If you go to my Instagram, you can see more pictures there. We'll post them up on the YouTube channel as well, and you'll get a chance to see it. It was impressive to watch, and to watch it, and to know what it meant, and to know that we are finally the lives that were lost, the 49 lives that were lost, that were innocently taken from us, were not taken from us in vain, because we have made the decision to stand up and to fight back. And to see 75 members of the United States House of Representatives sing "We Shall Overcome." Because indeed, America, it is true. We shall overcome all those that want to continue this era, because it is an era of gun violence in America. And let me be very clear. To all those folks out there, to all the Republicans that wouldn't allow a vote, here's the truth, America. Here's the truth. The truth is that this vote wouldn't have passed anyway. Because Republicans are because they're owned, not the channel, owned like slaves at a plantation to the NRA. NRA owns them. Because the NRA will give them money, they'll score their votes. The NRA owns these people. Ownership. It's outlawed in the 14th Amendment, but not outlawed in Congress, because they are owned by the NRA. And because they are owned by the NRA, America, they are complicit in the death of many. They are complicit in the death from the first and second and kindergartners at Newtown. They're complicit to the death of those individuals who at 2:30 at night wanted to have a good time and ended up losing their lives. They're owned, America, and they are complicit in these crimes because they refuse to do right by the American people. Now, I'm going to be the first to tell you. Let me be the first to tell you. I actually don't believe in a ban on handguns. I believe the Constitution and its framers that we should have handguns. But I don't believe that you should be allowed to have weapons of war. And that's why I'm standing with these members of the House and the Senate who did the right thing.